hope you are having a great week. I am so excited for today's video. I'm kicking off Christmas decorating. I know I mentioned in last week's video that the Christmas decorating was going to start on the 7th, but I'm getting a head start, and today I'm going to share with you some beautiful Christmas centerpiece ideas using most of the supplies from Dollar Tree. And just wait to see what I'm using for these bases. They're going to turn out so pretty. I'm going to be doing two, one for my dining table and the other one for the sideboard. So I'm so excited to take you along to show you those. You can see I started doing a little bit of Christmas decorating just to set the mood. I have the tree up here, although it's not decorated, but once I flip the camera around, you kind of see what I've done. I'll show you a little bit of what I've done to get that very Ralph Lauren inspired Christmas. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's get started. But before I get started, I would like to take a minute and thank Earthbreeze for sponsoring today's video. Have you ever noticed how many unnecessary chemicals are in your cleaning products? It is quite shocking, you guys. And the worst offender is your laundry detergent. It is filled with harsh chemicals that you're putting that on your clothes next to your skin. And if you have sensitive skin like my son, popular laundry detergents can irritate your skin. It also causes allergic reactions. It also can change your hormones. It is crazy. That is why I have discovered Earthbreeze, and I absolutely love it. Their detergent sheets are free from harsh chemicals like optical brighteners, dyes, parabens, phosphates, and preservatives. No heavy plastic jugs, no mess, and no harsh chemical residue. I also love it because it is easy, convenient, and takes up less room than those heavy plastic jugs. When I do laundry, I just grab a lightweight, pre-measured sheet that dissolves in the wash and gets the job done. And yes, your clothes come out clean, fresh, and soft. Even my teenage twins love to use it. Most popular detergents are packed with harsh chemicals that can irritate your skin, mess up your hormones, and cause allergic reactions. Some of these chemicals, like optical brighteners, literally stick to your clothes like glue. And the craziest part, those chemicals don't even clean your clothes. They just trick your eyes into thinking that your laundry looks whiter and brighter than it really is. You can actually see it under a black light, and it is pretty gross. I don't want all of that stuff around our home. With Earthbreeze, I feel better knowing that I'm not exposing us to all of those unnecessary chemicals. If you want a powerful clean without harsh chemicals, try Earthbreeze. Take it from me, it is so easy to switch, and if you are not completely satisfied, they have an amazing money-back guarantee. I can't wait for you to try Earthbreeze too. Right now, you can get up to 40% off plus 4 free gifts when you scan this QR code or click the link in the video description. And again, if you are not completely satisfied, they have an amazing money-back guarantee. And again, thanks to my friends at Earthbreeze for sponsoring today's video. This is what the dining room looks like right now. We're going to be working on the centerpiece for the dining table as well as the sideboard. But first, I thought I would show you what I have going on. I have this beautiful tree. You guys, this was only $99. It is a 7.5 foot tree and it color changes. It is so pretty. I can't wait to decorate it. It is just a perfect traditional tree. And then I just took a string of twinkle lights and added them throughout. Just took that one strand and kind of put it throughout just for that subtle twinkle too. So I will link these in the video description if you're looking for an affordable tree option. That color changes, and then as well as a set of the twinkle lights too. And then to add that moody touch to the room, I changed out the curtains for Christmas too with these beautiful, super affordable curtains. They have like that velvet feel to them too. They're so affordable, but just really add that cozy, moody, Ralph Lauren inspired touch to the room too. So this is just, they look so pretty here. And then I changed out the artwork. This is just a thrifted frame. And I changed out the print. These are just digital downloads on Etsy. You know how much I love to do that. It is such a simple and affordable way to deck your walls seasonally, but I just love that scene there too, giving me those Ralph Lauren vibes, as well as these prints too, and these frames as well. They're just thrifted frames, and then these prints that actually were part of the collection with the print over the sideboard too. But I love the colors in them too, don't you? Super, super pretty. So I'm super excited to take you along as we work on some really pretty centerpieces for the table and the sideboard. And I cannot wait to show you what I use for these centerpieces. Before I start on the centerpiece, I want to add a tablecloth, something that I couldn't find at Dollar Tree. I'm trying to keep this very Dollar Tree inspired, but I found this one affordable on Amazon, so I can link it in the video description. I love that hunter green color. And then I'm going to layer it with this tartan one that I found at the thrift store for $3, plus I found it at Savor, so it's 20% off too. So just a couple of dollars. I'm gonna put this on top. Reason being, this one is shorter, so it's just that really nice layered look. So I'm gonna start by adding this to the table. The tablecloths are on, and what I like to use to prevent them from shifting, especially when I'm layering tablecloths so the other one doesn't shift when I'm adding the other one, is some tape. I'm using some packing tape. Painter's tape works just as well. So I put some on the corner, even one in the center, and then it prevents them from shifting, both when you're trying to decorate them as well as when you're using them. This room is usually dark, that's why I'm standing by the window, but then adding these curtains definitely made it darker, which makes it feel cozy and leads to that Ralph Lauren inspired Christmas aesthetic that I'm going for. A lot of mood lighting, not a lot of overhead lighting. I do have this light on, but even with this light on, it's definitely dark in here. Now I'm ready to start working on the Christmas centerpiece. And like I mentioned at the beginning, wait till you see what I'm using for the base of my centerpiece. I'm using a lot of things from Dollar Tree. So this is very Dollar Tree inspired centerpiece. And I'm using these $6 4-foot unlit trees from Dollar Tree. I'm using 2, and I'm going to place them together, zip tie them to create a swag. So let's head over to the table to get started. So these are my 2 trees. I'm going to lay them together like this, but I'm going to take these bottoms off. They just twist off. You might need to pull them a little bit. And then I'm going to use some zip ties to attach them together. So I'm taking both of the ends and kind of just finding a snug place like that. You can even bring it in a little bit closer. And again, that's why it's so important to have these taped down so you're not shifting them as you're working. But just look at the 2 that are barely fluffed like this. And now I'm going to take those zip ties to attach them together so I can easily move this on and off the table. So I have my zip ties right here. And then I'm just going to take it. And I think I'm going to put it in 2 different spots, but I'm going to fluff up my branches here so they're not down. And then use one like there. And 1 works, but 2 just makes it even more sturdy. So just fluffing all those branches up. And then adding another big zip tie. These zip ties are also from Dollar Tree in like the automotive section. And then just clipping these off. And now this is all one piece. I like to move those little sharper edges down below like that. And now I'm going to fluff this up. I'm going to keep this unlit, but I could definitely strand in some fairy lights if I wanted to. The one on the sideboard is going to be lit, so I figured for now I'm going to keep this one unlit. Now I'm going to add some ribbon to really fill in. And again, keeping it with the Dollar Tree theme, I have this beautiful like burgundy maroon velvet ribbon also from Dollar Tree. I have 2 rolls of it for here. I might only need 1. It's just got that velvet look. It's just really, really pretty. So I'm going to add it throughout here. It's going to fill in, and then I'm going to start adding some picks. So this is the way I make my easy Christmas bows, is what I like to call it, because it just reminds me of Christmas. So first I determine the length of my towel, and I can go a little over because I can always trim it down. Then I'm going to make my loops. So I'm going to do double loops. Sometimes I do triple if I'm in the mood. So I'm going to create my loop like this. Now I used to have one of like those little bow makers, and essentially what the bow maker is you would put your wire here. I'm actually going to use a zip tie and just make sure I know where the teeth are, because so frequently I have it on the wrong side. And I lay that there, and then I'm just going to turn it and then make my second loop, which would be my first loop on the other side. And I'm just eyeballing it. You could use a ruler if you want precise equal measurements. And then I'm going to kind of just pinch it and turn it again. Make my second loop on this side. And I just kind of, again, eyeball it. Bring it in, pinch and loop. And this is where the bow maker is handy because it's helping you pinch it when you make those loops. And then I'm making my second loop. And you could add more ribbon. This is where the bow maker comes in handy if you want to add a variety of different ribbons as you're adding the layers on, but I'm just keeping it, again, very simple. So I have 2 loops. Now I'm going to add my tail. So I'm pinching it and then adding the rest for my tail. So I kind of twist and pinch. So I have that second loop and then I have my tail, but I'm not going to trim that until I have it all together. And then I take my zip tie and I'm going to zip tie it all together. And I like to then also make sure I just have enough room because I'm going to slide a zip tie in the back so I can also attach it to my arrangement so it stays put in the arrangement as well. So I'm just going to zip tie it here. And you could also use wire. For the longest time I used wire, and then I decided to use zip ties, and I haven't gone back to the wire since, but wire works just as well. And I'm just going to zip it nice and tight. I just feel with the zip ties, it just holds better when you're fluffing. But what I would do if I used wire, when I used wire, I'd have it long enough in the back because then I would actually go into my arrangement or my wreath and then attach it there too. So I want to make sure I have enough in the back so that I'm going to slide my zip tie in the back here so then I can zip it to my arrangement. So I pull it nice and tight, and now I'm going to trim off the back there. I'm still not going to trim that tail off until I have it nice and fluffed, but then I'm going to just fluff my bow a little bit. Just reminds me of Christmas, hence the reason why I call it a Christmas bow. But I have my zip tie here, so where I'm going to attach it. So I already have 1 here. For now, I'm going to start with 3. 1 kind of in the center, just a little off center, then 1 on each side. And then I'm going to start filling it in and then see if I want to add any more ribbon. So I'm going to just fluff this out a little, but I'm also going to fluff it once it gets in there. But you can see here how that bow looks. I'm just going to dovetail the ends like that. So now I'm going to attach this to my arrangement. And here it is tucked into my arrangement. What I like about this too is if your one side is a little off from the other side, because you're tucking this in and you're gonna fill it in with picks and other things, you're really not gonna notice it. Like if it was maybe on a wreath or something, you might notice if one side was bigger than the other, but with something like this, because you're kind of just using it as an accent, tucking it in here and then just, you know, fluffing it out, it doesn't really matter if it's exact on each side, which I kind of like too. So now I'm going to make 1 more for the other side. glitter and little snowflakes are starting to pop up everywhere, but that is kind of like the fun of Christmas decorating, and I kind of hold off on cleaning it up unless it gets too messy until the end. So I kind of embrace the mess. Anyways, now I'm on to picks. So I picked up a bunch of picks again from Dollar Tree. Isn't this one really pretty? It is a frosted greenery. Just trying to find some different textures. These berries are so pretty. They had like a darker cranberry berry pick too that I liked, but I thought this one looked more natural. And then I absolutely love this realistic holly bush. This is so pretty and full, and I love the holly on it. So I did pick up a bunch of this too. So I did start playing around a little bit with just a few, just to kind of see how I liked it throughout and to see which ones I wanted to use. I do have more of like a willow snowy branch too. That's what's creating a little bit of the mess. But anyways, what I like to do is I actually trim them off of the little bush. So I'm not just sticking them all in. Sometimes I do, but most of the time what I like to do is take my wire cutters and clip them, and then I can strategically place them throughout my arrangement. Now, if you want a permanent hold, you could use a little bit of hot glue and add it in. I'm just sticking them in. If I feel like it's too loose, I'll just take a little bit of hot glue and dab it in, but I don't think that's necessary. And then I can also pull it out, although you can do it with hot glue too. It will pull out eventually as well. But anyway, so now I'm going to take these picks and start strategically putting them throughout the centerpiece. Next, I'm gonna fill in with some of these ornaments, also from Dollar Tree. This color is so hard to find at my Dollar Trees. I went to several, but I just love that satin finish and I love that color. So I'm also gonna fill in with some of these small ones too. And I like to use a zip tie in the ornament so I can attach it to the centerpiece and it'll stay put. And because I like symmetry, when I do something on one side, like adding the ornament, I will balance it and then add it on the other side. That pack of ornaments also came with these glitter ornaments, but I think I'm going to leave them off the arrangement for now. I like more just that satin look. I did also consider adding some poinsettias. I love this little poinsettia plant, also from Dollar Tree. I think it's $5 or $7, but I just love the poinsettias in this. It's really, actually really pretty. I think I picked up 4 or 5 to also use throughout the dining room. I was thinking of taking off some of the flowers and also adding it to the arrangement, but I think I'm gonna hold off on that for now. But I wanted to give you that idea, but these are really, really pretty too. And once you fluff them up, and then you can add them in a basket and just add them throughout. I think just gives it that really traditional Christmas look. But these are just really pretty too. So I really like those. So I wanted to show you those. So now I'm gonna add some more picks into the centerpiece. When I first added these to the centerpiece, I added the whole pick. Now that it's starting to fill out, I am gonna trim them with my wire cutters so then I can more strategically add these to where I want them to go. I don't know about you, but sometimes Christmas decorating can be quite the workout. I'm working up a sweat here. I'm about to lose the sweater. Anyways, I want to show you what I'm going to be using for the Christmas sideboard. We're going to continue this in the next video, but I wanted to just show it to you at least to get it started. So it is this 3.5 foot pre-lit tree, also from Dollar Tree. I think it's $7 or $10. I think it's 10. But it already has the lights. I have to plug it in. But doesn't it look pretty over there? I need to grab more picks. I used most of my picks on the centerpiece, so I'm short on some picks that I want to use there. So we'll continue this in the next video. So a little bit of a sneak peek, but I like how this is playing out because I love to decorate for Christmas and I want to take it slow and enjoy the process. That's what makes Christmas decorating fun, and I don't want to feel all rushed. So at least I got a start on it by having that. I'm going to show you how I fluff it to just use one of these trees to make it look like a beautiful Christmas centerpiece. This is just one of the 3.5-foot trees. And what I'm doing, you can see here is the bottom. I'm just taking some of those branches and covering it up. You also want to lift it and pull all those bottom branches up too to make it nice and full. But then to conceal this, you could either add another tree and swag it like I did with the table centerpiece, or just cover it with these longer branches. Since this is the bottom of the tree anyways, you have those longer branches and it will still look full and give you that nice centerpiece look once you have it all nice and fluffed. But make sure you just lift it up, pull all those branches up that are on the bottom to flatten that bottom out, and then that will fill up your top too. I turned it on, but it also wouldn't feel like Christmas if you're not fluffing branches. So I like to just take my time and get them all nice and fluffed. I also took a few of these branches and kind of wrapped it around just to conceal that end piece too. But once I add some picks in obviously too, I can even cover it up more. I know I mentioned these once before, but I wanted to show you one more time. I took 2 of those poinsettias and just popped them in a basket. So pretty, easy decorating, but just looks so Christmassy too. I'm gonna fluff it out a little bit more. I had just one in there, but I added another one. So these poinsettias, don't wait on these. I think they are absolutely beautiful, just super pretty and just so Christmassy too. And if I've inspired you with some Dollar Tree Christmas decorating and you're headed to Dollar Tree to pick up some of these items, don't wait on these either. I gotta tell you, they are super comfortable. These are $5, but man, they are comfortable. I picked up a pair for Eden and I. They are so soft. These are hers. She didn't wear them yet, but I put these on. Super, super soft, and would make a really cute gifty too. You could even take off the tag and you would never know where these are from. They are so soft. So I just wanted to show you these too. So some of this video is to be continued, but anyways, I also love adding garlands to my chandeliers and my lights for Christmas. It's so Christmassy. And I love these little $1.50, I think, trees from Dollar Tree. So what I'm gonna do is I have 5, and they're bendable too. They're pretty easy to work with. I mean, you could even add these to just different light fixtures because they bend really well. But anyways, I'm going to attach some together with zip ties. There's 2. And just take this piece off like I was taking them off on the other ones. And I'm going to attach them together. I don't know how many I'm gonna need for around there to add on top of my light fixture. So I have a thought, and it might not be the most popular one, but I'm thinking of changing out the tablecloth for this. It is a beautiful navy green tartan, very Ralph Lauren. It's actually not a tablecloth. It is a super soft scarf, and it's nice and big. I actually got it to use like as a throw. I was gonna throw it over the chair in here, but then I did even think about using it like for a tablecloth too. So it's actually gonna be more like a runner, not a tablecloth, but it just gives me those Ralph Lauren vibes. While I love this, and it looks very Christmassy, I just maybe want to try something a little different. Worst case scenario, I can always add this or change it up. But since I'm going for that Ralph Lauren inspired Christmas, I think this might fit that a little bit better. I mean, tartans work no matter if it's the red, the greens. I mean, tartan is tartan. but I'm curious to try this, and I know if I don't try it, I'm gonna try it anyways because I'm gonna keep thinking about it and thinking about it. So let's give it a try. What I also love about this centerpiece, while it's big and makes a statement on the table, it's super easy to move. So the table has changed tonight. Absolutely love it. Don't get me wrong. I love the way it looked before. It was so Christmassy, but this is more of the style that I wanted to go with. And I love this scarf too that I'm using for a runner that I actually just ordered another one. So if you like it as well, I will link it in the video description. I'm going to use the other one as a throw, which I originally intended to do for the chair too. So it's going to look so pretty. But now I'm going to finish off the rest of this tablescape. Next up, to add that woodsy element, I'm going to add some pine cones. Now Dollar Tree does sell pine cone picks, but I love this big bag of them and they smell so good too, so I'm going to add them throughout the arrangement. Next, I'm going to add a charger, and both of these options would look so pretty. These are some gold chargers from Dollar Tree, but the red are so pretty too. So, I mean, you can't go wrong either way, but I think I'm going to use the gold ones. For the dinner plates, Dollar Tree does have these really pretty Christmas plates, but I think I'm going to go with these plates. I love the gold rim. These are also from Dollar Tree. I did love these on the table settings, but I also found these. These are False Craft Heritage Christmas plates at the thrift store. 9 of them for like $6. And that adds that little touch of Christmas. So I think I'm going to add those on top of the dinner plates. And then I'm going to add these beautiful glasses that I also thrifted. And I'm also adding these simple napkins that I got at the thrift store to each place setting. These candles are one of my favorite Christmas items from Dollar Tree. They also come in an oil rub bronze finish too. So I'm going to add these throughout the table as well. Adding a few last minute touches like these crystal bowls. I ended up adding some lights to the centerpiece too. Everything on this table is either from Dollar Tree or thrifted, except the tablecloth, the runner, and the lights. Everything else is thrifted or Dollar Tree, and it looks so pretty and so Christmassy. I'm glad I went with these tree plates too. They're so pretty. So I'm just doing the same thing like I mentioned with the tablecloth, just taking a little piece of tape and adding it to the end, and it just helps keep this down too. And I should also mention this candle is from Dollar Tree. Isn't this glass really pretty? And it smells good too. I think this was $5 or $7. Nothing at Dollar Tree is $1 anymore, but I thought this was really pretty as well. Okay guys, that is going to do it for today's video. We will continue this in the next video, working on the centerpiece as well as finishing up the rest of the dining room. But I hope this video gave you some decorating inspo for your Christmas home as well. I absolutely love the way this table turned out. It is so Christmassy, and to think that Centerpiece was made with Dollar Tree supplies, It is so pretty. So I hope this gave you some inspo as well. In the meantime, you can also follow me on social media at Mother Time. You can check out my blog, mothertime.com. And if you've enjoyed this video and you are not subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to click that subscribe button so you never miss any of these videos. Okay, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me here today. I will see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.